Fucking rain. Watching smoke blade escape from Tarkov. Yeah, I mean the guy was struggling. Seemed, you know how things are when you first meet people. It's all nice. Yeah, but well, the second day is always when things get more real. Like when people. Today, I don't know, man. He just keeps like I've noticed a few things with him, like like we're running around and he always separates. Always separates. Okay, I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's kind of like me. He likes doing his own thing. He like whatever, wanders off, but never comes back. Never comes back. Never nothing. Like he's playing like he's solo basically. So it's okay. I'm fine with that. Like I can even help him out if he wants. He will never talk to me or you or whatever probably again because I don't know, like. And then you died, and I was inside, so I dropped the shit that I was double carrying. I go outside to find your body next to tower, and he's standing next to your body. And I ask him like, "What the fuck happened?" And he gets all like defensive and shit, like, what are you saying? What are you saying? And I'm like thinking, like, what do you mean? What am I saying? Like, I'm asking a simple fucking question. How did he die? What happened? Like, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Like, yeah, I told him not to shoot with the fucking thing. But that's the problem. Like, you tell somebody don't shoot, then he really wants to fucking shoot. Like a kid. It's like a kid. Like you tell a kid no, and then he really wants to fucking do that when you forbid him, like, or whatever. I don't know. Like I'm not a psychiatrist to know how to deal with people like this. I have my own fucking problems that I have to deal with. Like, really, he kept going through the woods, through the water, and he was shooting. Yeah, man, like that's the thing. Like you shoot once, you have way more problems. Like the stuff that he did, it's what Lax does. Stupid shit, like that you laugh about. Like when you watch Lax, you laugh. But when it happens to us in game, you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, at least I'm like that. I mean, I don't know. Not everybody's the same. Like he doesn't give a fuck. I respect it in a way. If he doesn't give a fuck, he just whips the gun out and shoot. He has literally the lax kind of vibe. He doesn't give a fuck. Like, so it's okay. I get it. I respect it. I tip my hat. But do not get pissed at me because I don't want to talk. Because I told him like that chick came over as you died. I was typing to that chick, to the wife of Dallas dude, because she was asking me if she can use the repair bench, and she comes over, and I'm pissed. I'm looting your body, and I'm pissed, and she's standing next to us and is like trying to small talk, and I'm telling them like, yeah, he just died with a katana in his head, and I'm pissed like because of it, and I start throwing your stuff, and like, I'm not talkative. She asks like, do you have a duct tape? I say, yeah, like with a pause, I tell her like, yeah, let me just finish this, and we can go in and you can repair your stuff. We'll figure something out. So we go inside. I give her some half of duct tape, and I tell her like, yeah, you can use the workbench. And I go outside. I just leave the base and I go looting the train carts, hoping to find another katana instantly, like. To like ease the pain. I go there, I find nothing, and it's like, okay, so I'm on my way back. I go to the base, I come into the base, and I walk past him. He's standing there, and I just walk past him. And I start going upstairs, because I left, the stuff that I left that I was double carrying before I went to your body. I wanted to go pick that shit up before I forget, and then log off. and I'm not really trying to talk, dude. And as I'm approaching the fucking base, I can hear his TV through the microphone, like, you know, the TV or whatever the fuck he's listening to. Like, it's louder than him. So it's already toxic as fuck. Like, it's like terrorism over mic. I mean, I just walk past him. Like, he obviously doesn't realize that he has like that he's hot micing. He's like, I can hear his TV louder than my TV if I turn it on. Whatever. I just walk past him and I start going upstairs to pick up the shit. And I'm also hungry because I was going to the base to eat as well because I was also hungry. And your death completely offsets everything. So after all of that, I'm now going upstairs to pick up my shit that I dropped and then look for some food to eat. And then he starts talking to me like, he's like, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And I'm like, and I answer like, yes, I can hear you. And then like 3-4 seconds later, he's like, all right, bro. And logs off. Like, so like, like as if I don't want to talk to him or something. I obviously said I can hear you, but I'm not in the mood to fucking talk right now. Like, I even let them know I'm pissed. But I did everything by the book this time. I feel like, I said to them in a nice, calm voice, he lost the katana, and I am therefore pissed for that. Not very talkative. So I walked past him and he was like, yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? As I'm fucking doing the Tetris in the inventory, trying to pick up shit. And I, of course, have to tab out and I press the fucking microphone and I say, yes, I can hear you. And then he's like, yeah, whatever, bro, Maybe I had a mic bug, Maybe I had a mic bug. He couldn't hear me. I answered, But he behaves like I didn't say nothing. So what am I supposed to do now? Like, what? What am I supposed to do? Like, if he's not aware that there's a fucking mic bug as well. Yes, later as he logs off, I'm thinking, well, shit, if he had given me a fucking minute, I could have typed in chat, and be like, hey man, I'm trying to grab all this shit. Yes, I hear you. Can you hear me? It didn't all come in within those 3-4 seconds that he gave me, you know what I mean? Literally gave me 4 seconds. 4 or 5 seconds. I don't know. And okay, that let me know he's pissed. He's pissed. I don't know why he's pissed. I don't get it. Why he's pissed? Like, okay, I'm pissed because I found that katana. I found the katana that he's fucking carrying. I found all those katanas. That's why I'm pissed, man. Because it feels like I lost them. I hate losing katanas because fuck. I don't know why I hate losing them, because they're so hard to get and they're so good. So it's like a big loss to me. Like if we had 1 or 2 spare katanas in the stash, I would have been totally different. I would have been like, yes, this sucks, but we still have spares, We don't have spares. That's what sucks. And you know what else sucks? I keep telling him, you need to do power attacks on the zombies, And he never does that, almost. Most of the time he just does the regular, slashes, So I'm watching him fighting a zombie. The zombie is hitting him 3 times, 4 times. He's hitting the zombie 5, 6 times. You know what I mean? And I'm looking that I'm standing, looking. That's not it. First off, you're getting hit way too much. So your clothing is going to get ruined. And I had a feeling. I'm about to tell you what kind of feeling. And I had a feeling in that moment that he's going to ask me for sewing kits afterwards as well. You know what I mean? And guess what? He did. He comes up to me with that fucking orange jacket. He's like, do we have sewing kits? I want to repair this jacket. And I'm like, dude, like, why would you repair that jacket? We can find other clothing. Like I never repair my clothing. I just swap them when I find something else. And that's where he started giving me like, well, okay. No, and he was like, okay. Like the way he answered that, I knew he wasn't fine with it. You know what I mean? Told him he wasn't cool with that. Like, and I'm telling him, like, dude, I'm fine with repairing backpacks because that's actually hard to find. But clothing, come on, dude. Clothing is everywhere. Like, just open your fucking eyes, like, and pick it up. Like, if I did what he asked me, like, we would be out of sewing kits within half an hour, man. Half an hour. We got like 4 or 5 sewing kits right now. That ain't much, but it's a lot if you play the way I play. Because you will never use them up if you play the way I play. But if you play the way he plays, you're gonna lose them in 30 minutes. All of them. Because the damage he takes, and not just that, he hits the zombies 6-7 times because he's not using the power attack. So his katana is constantly getting damaged, like more damage because of it, because he's using it a lot. Instead of fucking hitting him twice, he hits him 7 times. So that's like you wasted 3 good kills on zombies on 1 zombie. You know what I mean? You could have gotten 3 kills with those same amounts of hits, but instead you got 1. So do the math. Your fucking katana is gonna get damaged and ruined much faster like that. It's gonna be bad. And I keep telling him power attacks, and he keeps ignoring me. I'm like, okay, there's no fixing this shit. He's a grown ass man. Like, I cannot really tell. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, like, because I hope you understand, like, what I'm on about. Like, that it's like benefiting us or something. But when people don't get the fucking reason behind it, or at least something, what I'm trying to say, then it makes no sense. I mean, I don't have nothing against him, but the way he just fucking, like, got mad at me, like, I'm mad because we lost the katana. I wasn't even, like, I was trying my fucking best not to put blame on him, dude. Like my mind is trying to put the blame on him, but I'm like fighting the demons inside my head, not to be pissed at him. I'm pissed at the fact that we lost the fucking katana, That's where I'm like where my anger is going, where I'm like letting my anger go. And then he fucking gives me the attitude when I go in, like, I'm like, all right, man. Like, I guess now I have to start thinking about it's your fucking fault, like, because you're not, you could, fucking hell, I don't know, man. Like self-awareness. He could have said like, yeah, my bad. I shouldn't have shot. It attracted way more zombies than what I initially was fighting. Yeah, or I should have pulled a katana and deal with it silently. There was none of that. Like, there's no what's it called? Like when people take, when people are holding themselves accountable and shit, like no accountability, no self-critique, nothing. I mean, like, I get it. I don't always say my bad or I fucked up, but I have nothing against that. Like, I have no problem saying, hey, my bad. Like, I fucked up. Like, I can put my ego aside for that. Like, it's not like I cannot utter those words. Like, hey, my bad. Like, if I see that somebody's pissed, and I know I did something, like, I'm trying to put myself in his shoes now. Like, okay, I'm him. Like, yeehaw. I'm listening to the fucking TV in the background and whatever. I pull up my shotty to kill a zombie, and I see my teammates just walking away from me, just leaving me. Like. and I wasn't aware of that. I thought you were still white and shit. And dude, like, I meet him, like, dude, I met him yesterday, and I tell him like let's go fish, and he's like, oh man, I can never catch any fish. Let's do this and that, and I'm telling him like, dude, like you have to fish when it's nighttime, blah blah blah, this and that, you know. So we get there to fish. So I make an improvised fishing rod, and he has the you know the one that you can find, the better one. So he starts fishing, I start fishing, and I'm fishing for 5 minutes. I catch nothing, and he caught like 7 fishes, and I'm like, all right, man. Like it seemed like I cannot catch a damn thing, and he's constantly like not constantly, but you can tell that he's like really proud of himself. Like he wants to like rub it in, like that he's catching and I'm not catching, even though that's stupid. Like what are we, 12 years old? Like am I back in high school? Like I caught some fish, you caught none. I'm like, okay, what kind of attitude is that? Whatever. I thought we were past that, grown ups. Fucking hell, man. But I'm thinking, okay, you know, whatever. Everybody has their kicks. Maybe that's his kick. Maybe that fucking makes him tick. So whatever. Yeah, you know, like, so we caught like 7 fishes. I gave him my hook because I wasn't catching anything, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, all of us, like, that's where he got on a fucking power trip that he's like the food provider for the group or some shit, like. And today I'm telling him like, let's go fish again, like, and as we going to fish, he starts giving me lectures, like on the way there, and as we are fishing, and I'm catching nothing again, and he's catching like 3-4 fishes before I catch nothing. So I'm telling him like, yeah, man, I think I'm gonna call this fishing, like, I'm gonna let you fish because you're getting all the shit. And he's like, you know, like some stupid comments the whole fucking time. You know, and I can see like this guy is not getting it. Like, you know, like he think this is like a competition of some sort or some shit. Like and then he like and he keeps telling me then like, oh yeah, man, I'm really good at this fishing. Like, you know, like. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wait a minute, like, yesterday you told me you didn't catch a single fish yet. I brought you to the water and you started catching fish. Like, that's where it fucking started, your fishing spree. And like today he starts telling me like, yeah, man, you know, I was always good at fishing, blah blah blah, this and that. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? It's like two completely different people from yesterday to today, like almost 2 different stories, like whatever. So I'm like, you caught all the fish, whatever, man. Yeah, and he's like always, like, if I walk into the same room as he is, like, he's like, get out of here. Like, that's my loot. Like, you loot the other side. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, first of all, yeah, he said that multiple times, like kind of jokingly, you know? Like, you know what I mean? But you don't say that kind of, like, nobody makes... Like, you can make a joke maybe once. I'm like, in my opinion, make a joke about it once. But when you repeat that shit like 3-4 times, that's no longer a joke. That's like what you're really thinking. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, he kind of like, I don't know, man. That guy was really trying to push some buttons today, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were mad at him or mad at the death, but now I'm sure that you were mad at him. Because I would have been mad too. I would have been mad too if I died because of his fucking shooting. And another thing, I don't even like. Why did he even go there? Like, there can be maybe one item in that on that tower, or like, it's not even worth it. Like, it's not even worth it. To me, it's not even worth it. So my mistake was following him there, but I didn't really hope. I wasn't expecting that many rounds. Of course. I was as soon as I saw his plan to stand there and do something, I was like, all right, I'm out of here. Like, because I was bleeding. I kept getting hit by the zombies, and I'm thinking to myself, like, why am I here? Like, why? Like, there's no loot that can fucking repair the clothes that I'm losing right now, and the items that are getting damaged by the hits. Like there's nothing here that's worth this fucking like damage. That's why I was like, fuck it. After a while, I just left, like, because there's no reason for me to be there even, like, because there's no loot, nothing. And you know, especially because he's like telling me like, oh, that's my shit, like, you know, you loot the other. I'm thinking like, yeah, he can have it for like, it's all fucking yours, man. Here you go. Like, but it was too late, because you were behind me. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, just stupid. Oh yeah, that's right. I want to see him do that. You know. Well, he logged off in the building. He logged off in the building. But I'm sure he's gonna come back to the server. Sure. I mean, I made him a box today. Like I made a box downstairs. I made a box downstairs, and I asked him to come with me to grab more planks. And we go back, and he asks me then like, "Can I get a box?" I'm like, "You want a box? Sure, you'll get a box." Like, and I built a second box, and I placed it up there in the corner where he did the whole fucking bullshit with. And I tried to explain him today, like, dude, like I had people in the past destroy my base, throw grenades on the roof, and destroy everything. Like, and you kind of fucked up because you made it visible, like that we have like a bunch of loot there, like because he built that improvised shelter on top, so everybody from down there can see it. Like, there's a reason why I built it behind the fucking wall, like, you know, so not everybody can see there's a lot there, like, you know, because that gets people curious. That's when you get assholes climb up the smokestack and be jealous, you know. Like, there's a reason behind this whole fucking madness of mine, like, but, I mean, till I explain to him, it's like, fuck, my hair's gonna turn gray, like, and to be honest, sometimes I feel like people just don't get what I'm saying. Like they may be understanding the words, but they don't understand the message. So I don't know. It's like a waste of fucking time. So. I mean, I don't know. Like today, like when he was explaining about the balaclava, no, bandana. If you use the bandana, like that was good. Yeah, that was good. Like that was good. Like that's knowledge. You know, I'm thankful he told me that. But dude, don't you think I have similar shit to tell you as well? Like, cause I keep telling him, dude, like I played on this server like a year ago. Like I'm not a new player here. Like I know what the fuck I'm doing. Like in different words. I didn't tell him that, but I'm trying to explain to him like I know what the fuck I'm doing here. Like I know kind of what I'm doing. Like there is stuff that you shouldn't question, like that I do. You can question, but I will laugh at it. Like when people question my, like, why don't you repair up to pristine? And then I have to take a step back and think, will this person even get it? Like great. Like I told him, like, dude, I milk the statuses. Like you cannot be wasteful on the server. Like you have to milk the fucking status. You cannot just go, oh, let me go repair my jacket from badly damaged to worn to pristine. Dude, that's like the whole fucking sewing kit, poof, gone. You repair it once, and then you go out, loot a little bit, take a couple of hits from the zombies, you know, milk that fucking condition a bit, and then you go repair it to worn, you know, like gradually, like the pickaxe, like if you did it, like you can squeeze out so many rocks if you do that, like And that's, in my book, that's smart. That's playing fucking smart. And I learned that shit from different games. I brought that from different games. Because I've learned that playing this war of mine. In this war of mine, I used to stream that game for like 3 years. I was, all the 300 followers I got on Twitch were from this war of mine. Because, you know, because I grew up in a similar situation, not as fucked up, but a similar. So I wanted to play the video game that tells the story what I had to go through as a kid as well. And I took that game to heart. Like, I never wanted to kill people in the game. I always tried to help everybody. I always tried to be the best fucking human possible in the shittiest situation. Like, you know, micromanaging and just to get things right, you know. Like, I mean, like, squeezing statuses as well, you know. In that game you can do the same thing, kind of like, you know, you save up food, and food is so fucking valuable in that game, so valuable. And I see people play and they eat every day, they feed their characters every day in the game. That's wrong, because every status lasts for 2 days. Like, if you're hungry, you'll be hungry like, let's say day 1, the game starts day 1, your characters are hungry. On day 2, they will still have the hungry status. On day 3, then they will be very hungry. So you don't feed them on day 1, you feed them on day 2. Like, that's how you save on food in the long run. Like, and I tried to explain that shit to people. Some people got it, most people didn't. Like, when they would come watch me play the video game, the people who got it, they were like, that's fucking smart. Like, but they were very few. That's when I realized, like, dude, not everybody gets what I'm doing. Like, there's like, it's like, I thought it's gonna be like maybe 10% that don't get it. It was like 90% that didn't get it. Like, great. And I would always get the best endings, the most positive possible endings for the characters. You know, they didn't commit suicide, they didn't end up on drugs, they didn't die because of broken heart or whatever. Like, I had somewhat fucking positive endings the way I played, because that's what it was all about. It was like going, like, not being an asshole, helping people out, and saving these people that I have control over, like saving their souls, most importantly. Like, at the end of the game, you get, like, you know what happened to them after the war. If you kill people, if you steal from people, if you're any kind of an asshole in that game, you will get a bad ending. Like, and I took that seriously. You know, and people would be laughing at me like, what the fuck? So, okay, I played DayZ and I realized, yeah, I can squeeze out these statuses. You know, it's like when we play on a server that has a lot of loot, and I mean a lot of loot, that doesn't matter anymore, you know. You can repair all you want because you can find the shit easily. But when you play on this server and you struggle and you see people in global chat like begging for suing kids and shit like that, yeah, it's a different ballgame. Like, it's not, you cannot be wasteful anymore. Like Remnants and shit, like, you know, we played on Remnants. Remnants was a tough motherfucking server. Like, and that's when you gotta learn to, you know, to not be wasteful. Man, I miss Remnants. Dude, I miss Remnants because people like this guy, they were easily fucking filtered out on that server. They would come in, spend an hour, and never be seen again. Only the real ones will remain, like people who know what the fuck they're doing, like not these pseudo fucking knowers. Like, cause he keeps telling me like that he watches a lot of videos, people explaining DayZ and shit like that. I'm like, okay, you know, like, yeah, like he's watching a lot of videos and shit. I'm like, okay, cool, that's nice, but you know, I know things from the game from experience, you know, from learning by doing, not watching videos. Like, you know. For example, how many videos have you seen where people tell you to milk these statuses. I don't know any video out there. There's probably maybe some, but it's hard to fucking find this type of information when you're on a hardcore server. You know, like, yeah, like I watched a couple of videos, tutorials how to get a best start in DayZ. Nobody talks about that because that's not part of PvP. Nobody gives a fuck about that. But this is why PvE is more like unexplored lands. It's a little bit more like, because people have to actually survive on items and shit. Like they can no longer survive on killing others. They have to actually survive by their own fucking skills, knowing the game, you know? Like, dude, I swear, most of the people don't even know what the... Like, I don't know everything about the game. Let me be clear. I'm not saying I'm a fucking expert. I know the game inside out. Because obviously I don't. Because today he told me about the bandana and I was shocked. Like, for the first time hearing it. Like, like, I know you can catch rabbits. You can catch a fucking rabbit in DayZ. Like, many people don't even fucking realize that. And you know what? You know what pisses me off? Kind of pisses me off? Like I do it. Like, I stream on Twitch. Nobody fucking watches me. Maybe one or two people come in, take a look what I'm doing, and disappear. Like, they like, kind of spy on me a little bit. So... And I know that, like, maybe Lax, maybe, like, I want to talk about Lax, because that motherfucker is pissing me off lately as well. I mean, I love him, he's funny as fuck, but he has these things that he does that really fucking, really piss me off, you know, whatever, you know, stupid shit. Maybe I'm taking it too seriously, but it's just a game. But, like, what was I saying, like, I was gonna say something, but I completely got off track. Shit. Something about Lax. Oh yeah, I'm streaming. Yeah. I was streaming, and I was playing these hardcore servers or something. And I know there was like one or two viewers watching me, and I wasn't checking who it was. Like, sometimes I check to see if there's, like, who the fuck is watching me. I want to know who these names are. That are, like, willing to watch and listen to me. I kind of have to know sometimes. And so I don't know who's coming in, who's coming out most of the time. Maybe Lax saw me streaming, maybe recognized my name, you know. He was like, let me see what this motherfucker's doing. Like, of course, lurking, not showing, you know, in the shadows. And I'm catching rabbits. I was catching rabbits like days and days. I was living off of rabbits. And I actually wanted to catch rabbits because I knew that nobody in DayZ was catching rabbits. I wanted to be like a different type of channel that... Yeah. And then as soon as I'm catching rabbits on stream, like a week later, I go to other people's streams and all of them are like catching rabbits and they have rabbits in the inventory. And I've never seen those people fuck with rabbits, you know, PvPers and shit. Then I see Lax with a rabbit, you know. Like, he finds a rabbit and he pretends like it's a new thing in game and shit. Like it was added that day or something. And it kind of pisses me off because most of these people don't even know the full game. But they are the experts, PvP kings, blah, blah, blah. Self-proclaimed. I mean... Lax is the funny guy because he's a self-proclaimed PvP king and he sucks. That's why it's funny. But as soon as people start believing in their lies, that's when it's kind of like a little bit annoying. I mean, he makes so much fun of that I think he's starting to fucking buy into it as well. Like, you know, like, because there's a saying where I come from, if you repeat a lie enough times, it becomes the truth. If you say a lie 1,000, yeah, man. And this motherfucker's been going on for like a year or two now, like this PvP king shit. So it's no longer a joke, actually. You know what I mean? He actually believes in that shit now. He can laugh all he wants, but That's no longer a joke. And then but now I have to take him, you know, if he wants to be the PvP king that he claims he is, he has to do a lot better, or less, or otherwise I'm pissed watching him, like, because I'm watching low quality performance, basically. I'm watching that dude that got you killed. Who the fuck wants to watch that? Like, that's dumb shit. Like, I'll rather watch somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing. Like Lax has like what, 20k hours in DayZ, dude. He plays like he has 20 hours sometimes. And I started to call him out. Like I like the days of me just being in chat and just cracking jokes and trying to, you know, be funny and shit are a little over now. Like I watch him and then I see him do stupid shit. Like this is what he does. He walks around, he talks to the chat. Okay, I get it. I also get lost when I have to multitask. Like when one people shows up in my stream, I get lost what I'm doing in the game. You know, what is he saying? Like I'm not fucking too much. Like I get it. Like I get that. Like people get lost easily when they start talking, when they got like a subject interesting that they wanna fucking milk. And he has a lot of interesting subject that people laugh about. So I get it. Like I get it that he gets too caught up in this fucking whole bullshit talk that he doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing in the game. But when he's not talking bullshit, when he's like I can see him watching at the monitor and playing, like he's actually like pretending to be playing or whatever, And then he walks into a room. Takes a look what's in the room, and then just walks out. And there's like a pants in the room, for example. Like pants in the room or some shit. He doesn't even acknowledge that. Like he just walks past it, and then he's like a minute or two later he's like, fuck this server, like there's no guns, there's no ammo, there's nothing. And I'm fuming, dude. I'm fuming here behind my keyboard, like, because that dumbass has probably passed up so much ammo and shit just because he doesn't give a fuck. Like walk up to that fucking piece of, walk up to the pants and open tab, motherfucker, and see if it's something inside those pants. No, he just looks at those pants as if he can see through, as if he has like X-ray vision of some sorts, like, and walks away. Motherfucker, you ain't gonna find shit if you keep playing like that. And I told him. He's like, there's no loot on the server, and I don't know what I wrote him, but I let him know. I'll let him know, like passive aggressive. Let him know. Like, I was like, yeah, it's a shame that nobody else can look. I don't know what I wrote him, but I know he read it. Because he had that fucking serious face when he read it. Because he got what he hates the most. Like true critique. The truth, like, you suck, man. Like, open that fucking tab and look what's inside the pants. Like, do not be fucking telling the 1,000 people in chat that there's no loot on that server. That's not the server's fault that you're too stupid to open tab and look if something is inside clothing. Like, because I bet you there is. Like, not every piece of clothing will have it, but you have to fucking, if you play this game, you have to, when in Rome, do as Romans. When you play DayZ, you gotta do the DayZ things, man. You cannot fucking do whatever the fuck you want and expect results. Like, he plays DayZ, like, I get it. He's a superstar. He gets a lot of stream snipers, people who wanna be running with him. So they all cater to him. They all bring him food. They all babysit him, basically. Everybody babysits him the whole fucking time. Because he's like, the top dog or something, you know what I mean? Like, he's the celebrity on the server, you know what I mean? And I get he's a celebrity. But damn, man, like, can't you not be a normal DayZ player sometimes and find your loot yourself and kill that zombie yourself? Like, every time, like everybody else has to kill zombies for him, and I hate that shit. Because I used to play with a guy like that, Eddie from Texas. That motherfucker never wanted to kill zombies. Like he's like, yeah, can you take that care? like, can you take care of that zombie for me? I'm like, motherfucker, pull out your fucking melee weapon and kill him yourself. Like, why the fuck do I have to walk from that house over there to your house to kill a zombie for you? What the fuck are you on about? Like, that's where I got, that's where I get the, that's where I got allergic to that shit, man. Because I used to play with a guy like that, you know, that pretended like I used to play with a mini lax, basically. Like, that guy was so full of himself, like the best PvP player, you know, like this and that, and never wanted to kill zombies, you know, bring me food, bring me loot, bring me this, bring me that, do this for me, do that for me. Like, I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not your mother. Like, I'm like, I don't know, like, I'm not your fucking, I'm not your personal butler. I'm not your personal fucking, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. In the game. I mean, like, if you play a zombie game and you cannot fight zombies, you don't like fighting zombies, maybe that isn't a game for you then. Because, like, go play Call of Duty. There is no zombies. Then you can just pull the trigger, fucker. Like, that's all you want to do anyways. Like, let us have a survival game with interactions and skills and shit, like different kinds of skill. I don't want this to be another PvP clone. I don't need another PUBG. PUBG is PUBG. Call of Duty is Call of Duty. Let that be that. This is a survival game where people cooperate, where people know something, like, about survival. Like, this ain't pull a trigger, kill the fucker, take a shit. It is, but it isn't all that, for fuck's sake. And that's, you know, like, I don't know, man. Like, I play this war of mine. I tried to be the good guy, and then whenever I would go watch other people play this war of mine, nobody was like me. Everybody was like, no matter how hard they tried, they would always try to steal something or would have to kill somebody. They would never be able to pull through 40 days, 40 nights without any of that. Like, I did it because it was tough. It was challenging to me. Like, it's easy to kill others and take their shit. It's tough to be a good guy and help the motherfucker out. That's the hard shit. And everybody's walking around like they are some hard shit. Like, no, you ain't shit, motherfucker. You are the type of person that takes the easy way out, motherfucker. And I don't want you near me when shit hits the fan. I don't want your fuck face nowhere near me, because I know who you are and what you are. You proved it to me by playing the video game. Like, I got a taste of what you would do in real life, you know. Get the fuck away from me. Because, I don't know, like my mom used to say, like, he who steals, no, how does she say it? I have to translate it into English. The one who's willing to tell a lie, maybe I'm adding to it, but it's something along those lines. Like the person that's willing to tell a lie is the same person that is willing also to steal, and the people who are willing to steal, they're also willing to kill. You know, one thing leads to another, like lying, stealing, killing, like, those are all connected. Those are all same family, you know what I mean? Yeah. But you can definitely expect it from somebody like that. Somebody who's gonna lie to you, he's gonna steal from you as well. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Like, you know, there's no limit to them. There's nothing sacred, no morals, nothing. Like, and there's a lot of people like that out there. Actually, far too many. and I'm scared. I'm scared, like, because the last war that I was participating in, I was a kid. I was like 12, 13 years old. I didn't have to go to the battlefield. I didn't have to stick my neck out and risk my neck out. I had to be a civilian and hide from shellings. That was my job, my duty, not to get killed from the shellings. And I did it good. But now that I'm a fucking grown ass man, if the shit hit the fan now, there's no longer, that kid stuff, hide in the house, and you're, exempt from everything. I would have to be, I would have to be out there, and I would be surrounded, by those motherfuckers, like, that I don't want to be surrounded with, like, I don't know, like, dude, like, I don't know, like, I really hope I can live a life without having to see another war that I have to be involved with, because I know that's going to be the last one that I'm involved with. It's fucked up, dude. Like, there were rape camps in my country. Like, the opposition that we fought, like, they had rape camps. Like, all the civilians, kids, little girls, dude, were raped in raping camps, dude. Like, and those, like, it was a systematic terror against the other side. However, like, the worst of the worst. Like, so, like nothing bad was nothing good was happening over there. Like, and I'm lucky because where I'm from, like, my area was pretty secured. We were holding our own, but other parts of the country have fallen relatively easily into the enemy's hands. And man, you're better off dead than falling into their hands alive, man. I'm telling you, you're better off dead. My sister was in the war, and she had a grenade on her at all times, just in case something went bad and she was about to get captured. She was going to take her own life. Because she knew something like that, yeah, but all she knew was she knew exactly what was going to happen to her if she survived, so she was not going to let that happen, Yeah, man. I remember coming, like, because we went into refugee for 1 year. My parents, we came to Austria, far away from the war, but I had such a bad time here, like, and I still have to this day. I managed to convince my parents in the middle of the war to go back home. We went back into the war zone from safety, because I had a brother there and I had a sister there. They were both alone. My brother was 20 and sister was 18. So they were both, like, in the army. They were old enough to be. So they were all alone there. And I was like, and I managed to convince my mom and dad, like, fuck this place. I'll rather be with them. Like, I want to, like, like, whatever happens to them should happen to me as well. Like, I don't feel good being here while they're out there. Like, let's at least at least be at home, so they can, once they come back from their bases or from their duties, like, let them come back to a home, like, where mother and father are, like, where cooked dinner is, they can eat something, like, somewhat of normality in that life. Like, I'll rather be with them. And we came and we packed our things and we left Austria. We were being offered an apartment here during that time in the first district of the city. And the first district is, like, where the rich people live, dude. Only the fucking rich people. And we said no. We're going back home to Bosnia. And that was so, like, we should have taken it, because we came back later on, but we never got the same offers as good as that one, like, whatever. Like, it was like, that those offers were off the table after a few years when the war ended. And yeah, man, like I spent like 3 years in the war zone, like as a kid, and I loved. I mean, it sucks to say it, but I loved every second of it, almost because I felt so safe over there, like by all the people that were on the front lines and everything. They gave me so much security that I had a really good time. Actually, I was being a kid most of the time. I was fucking around, playing with other kids that still remain in the village. You know, we made the best out of the situation. Like it was my childhood. I was not going to let the war ruin my childhood and my curiosity and my playful ways. It's like in the DayZ when you hear the siren. When you hear the siren, you know that shit's coming, dude. Like I experienced all that in IRL, like the sirens, the shelling firing from the distance, because you could hear the firing from the distance, like barely, but you could hear it. You could hear the artillery, enemy artillery. They were that close. And as soon as you hear the firing, you take cover because you don't know where it's gonna hit. And it's a small world, especially a small village is a small world. It could definitely fucking hit you. So this server is kind of giving me PTSD because of that, but it's okay. Like, no, I'm not playing. I just forgot to close the launcher. No, man. I mean, yeah, it's like you have to learn things to survive in certain situations. Like you cannot be just like la-di-da-di who likes to party. Like we had parties as well. Like my sister like showed me some shit. Like my sister brought me to her base. She was like in charge of the paperwork for some special group, special unit. It was all local people that happened to, I don't know, be the best for the job. Like one knew how to operate the bazooka, the other one knew how to operate an MGL. Like a couple of them were good at scouting, you know what I mean? And it was like like they all came together and formed a special unit that was always sent out first. Like they were the ones who had to go first to disable the enemy tanks so that the fucking people behind can do their thing without getting completely wrecked by the heavy machinery. So yeah, a lot of them died, dude. Like I remember the last offensive before the war ended, but like when all sides were trying to gather as much territory before the Dayton treaty was signed and everything was like set in stone from then on. A lot of good people died in those last 2 months, and now when I look back at it, they died for nothing, because nothing. Situation. They fought for an independent country, independent people, and what did they get? It's all corrupted. It's all fucked. Only 200 families are living the life. The rest is eating shit. You know what I mean? You get people like a couple of months ago, a war veteran in Croatia went in front of the parliament. Poured himself with gasoline and set himself on fire. It was maybe half a day that was in the news. It was not even breaking news or nothing. The name was never mentioned. Nothing. As if nothing. Like as if he did it for nothing. Like. There's nobody asking, like, why did that man fucking burn himself alive in front of the parliament? He went specifically in front of the parliament to do it. Like, don't you think there's a message behind all this shit? That you've abandoned your people? You abandoned the people who fucking gave you this fucking country? No, there's no news about it. Like, it's already under the rug. The same day. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, like, when the war happens, everybody will look for you. Everybody will want you because they need you. But as soon as it's over, you might lose an arm, you might lose a leg, you might lose your family, you might lose a lot. And as soon as that war is over, they're gonna drop you like a sack of shit because they don't need you. You're gonna be labeled crazy, you're gonna be labeled lazy, you're gonna be labeled this, that. Nobody's gonna say like, hey, we fucked him up. He's like this because of us. Because we send him out into a fucking war to fucking give us something, protect us, or you know what I mean? And now when we're supposed to take care of him, we just say, yeah, fuck you, fuck you. Who the fuck are you? Like, so yeah, man. Whatever. Like, there's a lot of that. There's a like, and you know, I feel bad because I ended up in Austria again. I wanted to stay with my people. Like, if they're suffering, I want to suffer with them. Like, I wanted to go through that with them. But my mom and dad were like, no, we're going back to Austria. Over here, I might as well be like a Mexican in America. I swear. You know, like a Mexican in America, they're blamed for everything. They are the worst. They are this. They are that. You know what I mean? They are associated with everything bad. Like, but most of them are holding that country together, doing the jobs that nobody wants to do. Like, nobody's talking about that. Like who's gonna wash your toilets? Who's gonna fucking like do all the dirty shit when they're gone? You probably won't. Like, I mean, you, like, you know, like the citizens of that country. You're definitely not gonna raise your hand and be like, I'ma do it for my country. Yeah, fuck yeah, you're gonna do that. Whatever, man. Like, it's like I just get the foreigner treatment over here. Like, I'm a foreigner and fuck me, you know. And what's worse, since this is a foreign country, I meet a lot of people from Serbia, and the Serbians were, the side that we fought in war. So, like, dude, like, I have to fucking coexist with the people that I used to like be in a war against. Like, and you know what's worse? They're full of shit. Like, they're trying to spin everything that everything's our fault. You know, we started a war. We massacred ourselves. They never did anything. You know, like, it makes me sick to my stomach when I speak to those people over here IRL, and when I realize what kind of fucking brainwash is going on in their heads. Like talking some TV propaganda shit to me that I hear from, like, every single one of them is talking the same bullshit, you know, like they're cloned in a laboratory of some sort. Like those propaganda bots on internet, you know, like, I don't know, like these are like real people. You heard about the bots on the internet, motherfucker. I see bots all the time. They have jobs, kids, families, whatever, but they're all bots. I mean, yeah. Speaking of Dragon Hunter, yeah, that was stupid, man. Like, shooting that fucking gun, dog, that was idiotic. You should know better. And also, we should have known better that he's a fucking... Well, you couldn't have known, because I invited him. You should be mad at me, because I fucking called him to be our guest. I mean, it's I mean, we did what we did. Everybody needs to calm the fuck down, okay? Like, I don't want to shit on him too much. Everybody deserves a second chance, maybe even a third chance, maybe even a fucking fourth chance. I don't know, because I need to look at myself. Like, I know that I fucked up many second chances. I also fucked up many third chances, but I was very, very thankful to get a fourth chance or a fifth chance. Not many people get that, because and we live in a world where you don't even get a second chance anymore. Like, so it's brutal. It's brutal. And I don't want to be like that. I want to be living in the old good old days when people were much simpler, you know, like more open hearted, more willing to forgive, more willing to give second chances, you know, like, because they realized back then we only have each other, you know, like we only have each other. We don't have anybody else. Like, everybody nowadays, everybody behaves like fuck you. I'm gonna wait until this kid grows up and then I'm gonna give him the job. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Like, you get just easily like that movie, Logan, when everybody above 30 years of age gets killed or something, you know. Like the chip in their fucking arm just turns off and they die. Like, are we there now or what? Like am I no longer good? Like, can I not get a second, third, fourth chance? Like everybody else seems to be getting it. Like, when I watch these fucking managers and CEOs, motherfuckers, they all get second, third chances. Not just that, they fuck up and they get like millions, you know, like, just for getting fired. What is it called? You know, the thing that they get. Fucking hell, man. Nah, I mean, that's stupid. It's stupid. Just like, I mean, the one guy quit the server, I told you, yesterday. Motherfucker quit the server. He was like, this is retarded hardcore. I mean, yeah. It can be hardcore. I mean, I remember when I started playing on the server, I couldn't find shoes. Shoes were constantly a problem. For a day or two, I was just walking in rags. Yeah, but we got plenty of some. Nothing you had was important. Well, the crossbow was important, but it sucks that you had the katana in your hands, because for some stupid reason, anything that it's in your hands, when you die, it's lost. I cut your body up and it wasn't on the ground. You got cut up with your body. Yeah, I mean, I want to take a break from SnowRunner. I don't want to burn myself out. there's nothing better when you miss a game and you were like looking forward to playing it. I want that feeling again. I don't know if it's like Scum. I tried it like a week ago because I wanted to go help Ape, but I kind of understood that she didn't want help, so I fucking just let it go. I was willing to join the server, and yeah, that's the vibe I was getting. So I'm trying to learn this new language calling read between the lines, because everybody's fucking talking between the lines. Like my ex-girlfriend, like before she broke up with me, and I was clueless that it was coming up, and she kept giving me hints and shit. Like, and I just didn't get it. Like, and then after she dumped me, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, that's what that meant. For fuck's sake, like, read between the lines, man. And I know one day I told her like something along like that. I told her like, well, I guess I suck, I guess I need to get better at reading between the lines. And I remember she turned around and like nodded her head like when I said that. Like, that was the first time she reacted like that. So I was like, what the fuck was that? It was weird. I guess she was just sending me another message, a more than clear one. And then you know how she breaks up with me, dude? like I live in Austria, she lives in Bosnia, so we had a long distance relationship. But I would almost come every weekend, because my dad was driving like a van, like he was transporting people, like privately, like his own little private little gig, because he had no job. So he would like just transport people that also from our area that live over here in Vienna that want to go back home, on vacation. There was always somebody that wanted to go either back to Vienna or from Vienna back home. So he kept doing that like every week, like every Monday and Friday he would be like on a Monday he would come back to Vienna, on a Friday he would go back home. You know what I mean? Almost every week. So I took that opportunity, and almost every weekend I went with him, like he always like reserve a spot for me. So every weekend I would be back home, So I guess she was also a little bit fed up with me because I would want sex, I would want a lot of shit, like fucking hell, whatever. Well, we didn't have that much sex, but I was expecting a little bit something here and there. The last few times I went, home, there was no sex. Like, and I was like, what the fuck? Like she's giving me the cold shoulder. She's giving me the I'm tired. She's giving me the, all that shit. Like, read between the lines. Read between the lines, man. And yeah, and I spent a weekend with her. Okay. I guess she only did it because, I don't know. She just did it. Like, she did it like a job. So spend that time with me like a job, basically. And as soon as I was in that van, dude, I was like 2 hours. We were already like 2 hours away from home, Basically, like in the middle of the road, like between home and Austria. And I get a DM on my phone, like a message. And and what's funny is I'm listening to the Bloodhound Gang at that moment. The Bloodhound Gang, the band. So this is the song. This is the song that I was. Wait. I'll send you the link. You gotta. Hear this. Like, this song was actually playing when my phone rang that I got a message. Like, this song. I'm telling you, dude, like, the universe was telling me shit as well. Listen to this song. without kids around. The lyrics, listen to the lyrics. Yeah.
With FanDuel, a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV means more hunches.
Buffalo.
Any kind of new vagina. It's hard to rhyme a word like vagina. Calvin Klein kind of South Carolina. Like that's the chorus. I need to find a new vagina. And dude, this song is playing on the radio because my dad doesn't understand English, so I can listen to that shit on the radio while I'm driving with him. To him, it's just like whatever. Maybe he did understand vagina. Actually, that word is that word is like universal. But never mind. My dad is like cool, so he wouldn't be like, "What's that?" Shit. Like maybe my mom would be, but my dad just doesn't give a fuck. Whatever. So yeah, this song was playing when she broke up with me. Dude. Like I need to find a new vagina. I couldn't believe it. Like I'm reading the message. Like she's like, "Yeah, it's over. Like it's over." And then I came back the next weekend trying to fucking win her back. That failed miserably. I cried my eyeballs out, man, in front of her. Well, I was just like, oh, I guess it hit me. I guess it hit me that I fucked up. I guess it hit me that I fucked up when she was sitting, because I asked her like, can you please do it like to my face, like, can you break up with me to my face, like not over a fucking DM, like at least I deserve, you telling me that to my face, like that it's over, like that's all I'm asking, like. And she was like, okay, I'll come to your house, I'll break up with you in person. She did. She actually came, dude. She came to my house. It was very depressing. She said what she had to say. And I started crying, man. I started fucking crying my eyes out. Because I knew I was losing. I was losing. Big time losing. Because in the back of my mind, yeah, I was going to fool around a little bit more, be a little bit silly. But I was eventually going to probably propose her, trying to marry her, you know what I mean? That was definitely the next step. That was definitely the next step, to become the person that's gonna marry that chick. And that's why I cried my eyes out, because that was all gone. Like everything was just gone, was killed, just killed, and broke my heart. It broke my fucking heart, because I knew, it's gonna be tough to recover from that, because I haven't had a girl since, and it's been over 10 years now, man. How long? It's been 15 years since I had a girlfriend. Ever since her. I didn't have sex for 15 years, bro. Yeah, because I'm telling you, I cried my eyeballs out because I knew that was gonna be some kind of fucked up shit for me, and it turns out, yep, I was right. It was fucked up. Yeah, I see. Well, yeah, man. That was my last girlfriend. And yeah, to be honest, I was kind of I stopped giving a fuck after that. I was yep, that's over for me. No more relationships, no more nothing, no more love. No more exchanging touches, whatever, petting, nothing. You know, like that's all gone from me. The only thing that remained in my life was just pain. Just go work, be taken advantage of, and hate everything around you, type of thing. You know what I mean? That's like that was it. And play video games to try to get away from everything. Get about things. It's good that we have video games because they can definitely take our mind off of things. And then people ask me, why do you play video games? Like everybody in my family, like, oh, you're wasting your life. You know, like, dude, that's the only thing that's keeping me together. Not to fall apart completely. I don't know. Yeah, I would love to marry. Like, I'm 43. I haven't had sex in 15 years. I don't give a fuck. I honestly don't give a fuck. Literally. Like, and I had offers. I had chicks, offers. You know, chicks who were definitely willing to get it on and shit. And I was just like, leave me the fuck alone. Because when I tell people didn't have sex, and like especially over the internet, people think I'm like a Quasimodo of some sort. Nobody wants to look at me or some shit. Like, no, it's my personal choice, motherfucker. I chose not to be involved in that type of shit anymore. Like, I'm not chasing chicks anymore. Therefore, no sex. You don't chase them, you don't get sex. You have to chase them, dude. Like, you have to leave, you know. Getting to know them, sending them messages, blah 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 blah. I stopped caring about all that. No pussy for me. Even the casual, just casual sex. Not even that. Like that, I'm not interested. Like that's the thing, I'm not interested at all. Like people tell me like, why don't you buy a hooker? Like, motherfucker, I don't want to. Like, don't you understand? Like they all starting to pretend like I don't know. They don't get it. Like, I'm trying to tell people like I'm a holy man. No, basically I'm a virgin. Like I could be a priest, motherfucker. Like I'm no longer like. But you know what the problem is? Yeah, I still have the urges. So that's the problem. It's not like I don't get erections, I don't masturbate or whatever. Oh yes. My hands hurt. Like dude, like I'm gonna fucking destroy my shit if I keep doing it myself, you know. I definitely need to find a girl. Or how some evil tongues would say, or a guy. Because some people like to joke that I'm gay or whatever. Yeah, maybe I am. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm like 5% gay. I don't know, 10. I definitely don't want to be one. That's for sure. Fuck that shit. I mean, you gotta be kind of gay, a little bit at least, you know. If you want to love humanity, you kind of have to be a little bit of a gay as well, you know what I mean? Because you have to love the women and the men, you know, like, and it's kind of gay, you know what I mean? Like, so, I'm not saying fuck them, but I mean, like, you know, like, hug them, or, you know, be nice to them and shit, like, you know what I mean? That's all. It's just being nice to somebody, but in this modern world, that's labeled as fucking gay. You know what I mean? I'm just talking the modern language here. You know, like, give somebody a hand, you know, like, that's gay today. And instead of kicking somebody who's down, give him a helping hand. That's unfortunately gay. It, you know, because if you're kicking when you're down, like you're a real fucking boss, you're a badass. But if you like give somebody the helping hand, like look at this faggot, like you know what I mean? That's gay. Like, you know what I mean? I'm talking about actions, like not literal fucking ass pounding here, like. I don't know what kind of airport you're talking about, but I see you playing SnowRunner. Yeah. Well, it's all the same part of the world, man. It has to look the same. It's the so-called Eastern Bloc, where things, if you go to America, you see the Western Bloc, basically. You know what I mean? The buildings and the cars and the shit. That's a sign that you're over there. When you see all this, that's a sign that you're there. Like, that's how they build. Like this truck that you're driving, that's a Russian truck, but to me it looks like a little bit American, like this Taiga. Like, I don't know, like it looks a little bit American. It has that like American look, a little bit. Yeah, but it's a Russian truck. Yeah. I don't know. It's similar, but not quite the same. It's actually a Russian army truck, which is it's from the army. So, like most of them are. I think the Voron as well. I don't know. I'm not an expert when it comes to trucks. I just play this game for a month. But there's no shame learning a little bit about trucks as well. Like, I mean, it sucks. It sucks that I had such a bad ending with the Dennis, the trucker. But remember that? No, I don't know, man. But Dennis, like, he also has that, I don't know. He has that. I don't know. He has that vibe, like fuck you, I know better type of vibe. I don't know. And I can only tolerate that type of vibe for so long. I don't know. That's just how I am. I'm a different. Have you met people like me in your life? Because it's hard. It's kind of hard for me to look at myself. I can only get what people are telling me. Sometimes I get reactions like, man, you're fucking extreme or some shit like that. Like, am I really that extreme? Is there nobody else like out there that does the shit like I do or say the shit that I do say? Or am I really like that awkward, weird, extreme, or whatever the fuck you want to call it? Sometimes I feel like I'm alone, like completely alone. Like, really? Like you've never seen anybody like me? What? Like Austrians, some Austrians, especially the younger ones. Like when I really get, like when I lose my shit, when the real me starts coming out, whatever. Like when when it's no longer just a business type of chit chat. Like when it kind of gets a little bit personal with me. Then I, drop the mask that I sometimes put on, whatever, the business mask or the working mask or whatever. And then they look at me and they're like, "Oh my!" Like, you're strange. You're strange or something. I don't know how to translate it. People think I'm strange and shit. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you are... What? Ugly? No, that's the Doors. Jim Morrison. When you're strange. Yeah. Faces come out of the range. When you're strange. No one remembers your name when you're strange. When you're strange. I don't have a joint for a day now. Like this shit that my dealer is selling me. Like, dude, my throat is fucked. My throat is fucked and shit. Like, they put something on that weed that doesn't belong on it, I swear. Because they constantly try to make it heavier, you know, like, so they can make a bigger profit and bullshit. And they don't even, like any means necessary. They don't give a fuck, you know, like, they would put any type of shit on it. Like, and most of the shit that they put on the grass or what they mix it with or whatever, it's very bad for your health, man. Like, very bad for your health. Like, it's gonna fuck you up. I don't know. It, like when he gives me, like, I always buy 10 grams. Sometimes I get like a handful, almost, like a half a handful or whatever. And sometimes I get half a handful. How can that be 10 grams? Like, oh, it's like pressed well together and shit. Like, okay, it's pressed well together and shit. And then when I smoke it, like, I don't know, like, I take a big bud and then I scrape only the outside, like the outside skin or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, I put that in the joint. And then my throat is all fucked up, like all fucked up. And then I take the rest of the bud, which is basically what was inside, you know, protected from anything that was gonna be slapped on top, on the bud. And then it tastes completely different. It tastes much better. Like, and then I'm like, okay, this has been fucking, you know, salted with something, like, you know. And then I send him a message, and it's not the first time I'm sending him these couple. Like every second, third time I buy something from him, something like this happens, and I lose my shit with him. And it's like, it's been going on and on and on for the last couple of years. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, maybe I should start. Maybe I need to really try to stop smoking weed. Like, because this is ridiculous. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Like, you know, smoking weed should be relaxing me, not upsetting me, for fuck's sake. Like, and I lose money on top of it, and I feel like shit. So maybe I'm better off without it. Like, let me try the high on life shit again. Like, you know. And I also have to find a job. Like, the welfare is on my ass. It's big time right now. Like, I have to find any kind of job, and weed is not really gonna help me, you know. So maybe I need to clean myself a little bit, cleanse myself a little bit, so I can, like, you know, put the pedal to the metal in the first month to prove myself, to be kept around. Because if I go and do my first month all slow and stoned, and, you know what I mean, like, from the night before, that ain't gonna fucking be good. Because they notice every single fucking thing, dude. Like these motherfuckers, like, it's like the eye of the Sauron, I swear. Hey, nothing can get past them. Like, so, yeah, man, you gotta be on point, or at least super close, you know, so they can, like, at least give you a benefit of a doubt. Like, maybe you had a bad day, you know, but when you show up there, like, disinterested, all slow and just stoned. Stoned. They can definitely see it, and then they give you some tough job just to see how bad you're gonna fail at it, and then they fire you. They fire you. It's like everything's a test. Everything's a fucking test all the fucking time. I feel like I used to be very naive about all this shit, but now I have to fucking implant this in my head. Everything is a fucking test. Nothing they say or nothing they do when you start working at a new company is like coincidence. You are being put to the test. Like they want to see your breaking point. They want to see how you react to this, to that, all that. It's a test. So, and I most of the time I lose my shit. Like, I start arguing, verbally attacking people. That's not good, man. Dude, nah, nah. Yesterday, I punched my walls and the floor because my neighbors were pissing me off, dude. I don't know. Sometimes I wish a rocket would launch me on the moon. Like, I don't want to leave my apartment anymore. Like, I don't nothing. Like, no, I don't know. Like, I feel I made a mistake. I should have moved 10 years ago when I was still relatively somewhat young, like 33, 34. Like prime maybe, past, slow, like just past my prime maybe. That would have been a good time to move a country or try some completely new setting, everything new people, new setting, new place, everything, new fresh start from scratch. Because this shit over here ain't working. I feel like that Eminem song. I'm just tired of being hired and fired the same day. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just tired of everything. Yeah, I'm permanently. I'm Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka. Like 20 years in bed, man. Like, yeah, I realized that yesterday. Like, I am Grandpa Joe. Literally. I never watched Willy Wonka, dude. I never watched the movie before. Maybe I did as a kid. Like, really, really. The old school. The old school. The Gene Wilder one. Because I don't remember watching it. Maybe I watched it maybe once, but once like none. Like like how the fuck am I gonna remember if I watched it when I was like 7 years old, dude? Like, so much happened after that. So much. Like, who's gonna remember if I seen it on TV as a kid? Like, I don't have that memory. Maybe I did, but like I said, if I don't remember it, it's like I didn't watch it. So I never watched it. But I've seen many clips, and like watching Oilers. Lack's brother, he's all about Willy Wonka, so that made me interested in watching the movie. And I know who Gene Wilder is. I know he's a serious actor, or was a serious actor because he passed away. I'm telling you, dude. I told you, try high gear. Try high gear. Yeah, dude, I told you, high gear the Voron and enjoy it. Like, it goes through. Try low gear again. Low gear. You mix it up a little bit. Low gear. And as soon as he starts picking up speed, and I'm talking about as soon as you get a hint of him picking up speed, quickly into high. That's why it's good to keybind these two things, because you can do it like just on a click. You don't have to do the whole. Yeah, I high keyed mine so I can quickly just switch it, because you kind of lose a little bit of speed if you have to do it manually like that. Look at him, look at him. He doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, but he can also get stuck. That's the best thing. He's not completely immune. But most of the shit he just eats up for breakfast. It's crazy. Also Taiga, the Taiga King, with the upgraded engine and everything. It's a beast. High gear. He would high gear this shit, like this mud. Yeah. Yeah. Well, hmm. I just remembered this one absurd situation that once happened to me in the subway here in Vienna. So that was back in the days when almost everybody had the earplugs, the earplugs with the cable. And I'm standing like there's a woman standing in front of me, like at the door of the subway, like the train is driving into the station, so like everybody that's getting out kind of gets in front of the doors and waits for them to stop, open doors, get out, stand there. So I'm standing behind this one woman. She's at the door. She's gonna open the doors, and I'm gonna be right behind her. And she has a backpack on her back, and I'm listening to the music, and I have the fucking earplugs with the cable, and my cable's kind of dangling a little bit. And the fucking cable gets stuck somehow on her backpack, on some shit on her backpack, like some backpack have some of these additional black bullshits. Like cable kind of got stuck on that, like just by dangling in the air so close behind her. And she bolts out the door and fucking rips my ears like completely. Like the earplugs didn't fall out of my ear. She completely like pulled me like a fucking wagon, like a fucking cart, like you know what I mean, with her. Like my ears went all red and shit, dude. Like she she fucked me up so fast, like with that move. And you know what was the best? And I'm trying to I'm like, as she's going, I'm trying to like get rid of the cable, like I'm trying to unfucking do the cable from her backpack and shit, like in these like split 2 seconds or 3 seconds, and she turns around like violently and rips my earplugs even worse, like out of the ear, like and she's like wants to fight me, like she thought I was trying to rob her backpack and shit like that. And I'm standing there all pissed, like dude, like pissed, and she's giving me the face, like she's gonna like Like, and I'm like, oh my fucking goodness. Like I'm more angrier than you. Like, calm the fuck down. And I look at her, and I look at her, and I'm holding those fucking earplugs, like, and I'm like, kind of like shaking my head, like, and I guess she finally realized what was going on. Like, I'm like, yeah, they got stuck on your fucking backpack, and you pulled my ear, like, fucking, and she's like, oh, and then she's like, oh, yeah, fuck off. I mean, dude, this is the kind of shit that I fucking have in my life. Like, out of nowhere. Some bullshit like that. Like, I'm so happy there's Bluetooth now. Fuck. Like, the fucking cable, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just. Or this one time I'm in the pub and I'm with my sister, her ex-husband and shit, and some of their friends, I would say. Like, there were more their friends than mine. We could say they're like friends of ours, but I knew them less than my sister. But I still knew those people, like, from the pub and whatnot and shit like that. And one of those people that was like, it was like a big group of them. Like, some of them work at pubs as well, like they waiters, like, so, like that, like a clan almost type of shit, like whatever. And we were good with those people, so we kind of like, hang out with them, whatever the fuck. And there was this one guy from England, Andy. He was gay. So, and I knew that he was gay. Like, I was familiar with it, like, for like a good year or two, like, that he's a gay. He wasn't behaving like one, like the, because he actually, like, somebody told me, like, that he hated that shit, like, so, he had my respect, because you can be gay, but don't be, don't act like a fucking gay all the fucking time. Like, that's just this ridiculous, like. Nobody gives a fuck, like, that's more like, I don't know, like, performance type of bullshit, like, bigger women than women, like, what the fuck, like, so, whatever, and I'm sitting there in that pub, and I'm minding my own business, and people are like, man, my sister, woman, like, the women from that group, they start dancing and shit, woo, they had a little bit of alcohol, whatever, they get carried away. They hear a song, want to dance, But I'm sitting, and there was a TV in the pub, because it's a pub. There's TVs over there, and most of the time it's some sports, on the TV. And I'm not giving a fuck. I'm not a dancer. I don't know how to dance. I don't give a fuck about dancing. I'm drinking my beer. I'm hanging out with people that I kind of like, Life is good. What I mean, kind of like, people that I feel comfortable around, whatever. And this motherfucker Andy from the other side of the table gets up as well, He gets up as well. He comes up to me, dude, and he asked me, like, "Do you want to dance?" He asked me, "Do you want to dance?" I look at him, like, and I'm watching the TV, and there was like NBA game on the TV, and I'm like watching. I'm interested, like, to see who is gonna win, because I might play some bets on either team in the next couple of days, whatever, betting. I wanted to get some info as how these teams are, while I'm drinking a beer in the pub, listening to music, occasionally talking to somebody, like, chilling. This motherfucker gets up, walks up to me, and, like, asks me for a dance. I'm like, no, motherfucker. I don't dance, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, why did you ask me out of all the fucking people? Like, am I gay to you? Like, do I look gay? Like, Did I look interested in dancing, dude? Like I'm sitting with my hands, like crossed, and I'm watching a fucking basketball game on the fucking TV. What the fuck gave you the impression that I wanted to fucking dance, man? Like, I swear, man, I swear. Like, I guess he was drunk. Maybe he liked me. He wanted. Uh, well, he tried. He tried. If you don't ask, you'll never know. I guess. I mean, I didn't scream at him or make a scene or anything, but I definitely let him know, like, dude, like, I'm not the guy who you asked to dance. Sorry. I don't know. He did something. He was like, all right, like, uncomfortably did something. Transitioned into something. Well, he definitely got away from me. I mean, I tried to be kind of a little bit respectful about Andy. I know we don't talk because I never talked to him really. Like maybe I ordered a from him and shit like that. I'm not in like. If I was gay, I would have definitely become friends with him a long time ago. Okay, like so yeah, like I'm on this side, you can be on that side. Like we can all have our sides. Do not cross to my side, pretending like I'm on your side. You know what I mean? Come on. We can all coexist in a bar, but when you come and ask me for a dance, you're gonna get a no. Simple as that. I don't know, dude. Like, I'm to this day, I want to know, like, what the fuck did I do to even give hints to somebody that's a possibility? Like, because I need to eliminate that from my behavior, definitely. Like, I could swear I was drinking beer and looking at that TV that is mounted real high, on the ceiling, like. I could swear I was doing that. I was like drinking my beer and just watching the TV and watching the game. Like, wasn't it obvious that I'm enjoying what I'm doing? Like, maybe I looked like I was about to fucking cut a rug. Andy, crazy ass. Oh well, he tried. He tried. Yeah. Oh man, a lot of shit happened in those pubs. I remember when one of those friends, chick, her sister came to Vienna like just for the New Year's Eve, like from Croatia. Her sister just came for like a couple of days. Like, and it was like New Year's Eve, and she's gonna like spend the New Year's Eve party with the sister and this whole group, whatever. And I showed up. I show up last moment, like maybe 2 minutes before midnight, and because I'm always late, especially back then. And I see the regular faces that I know, and all of a sudden this chick, like, and they introduce me like, oh, this is Isabella's sister, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh shit, she's not bad, like she's not, good, like, it must felt like this is good. Like, and she had real good tits as well. Like, I was like, what the? This is real good shit. Like, I can see it under that fucking coat. Like, she had a winter coat on and shit. I could fucking see it from like even there. I don't know, fuck. She even hugged me. Like, when she hugged me, like, congratulations. And I was like, oh my fucking goodness. Like, I'm in heaven. Like, yes, feel like a baby again. Like, I mean, back home. I mean, dude, I have a story. Dude. Like, well, anyways, long story short, we end up in a pub. After that was on the streets. You know, we watched the fireworks and the whole fucking shebang on the streets, and later we all went to the pub. You know, our favorite pubs nearby. You know, dude, I was drunk. I was drunk, high, and stupid, all at the same time, and maybe a little bit of arrogancy was there too, I must say. And she comes up to me in the pub, like, and we have a moment, like, you know, like moment, like there's nobody around us. She came up to me to speak to me, like, you know what I mean? Like, she wants to get to know me and shit. And she's like, and she tells me, like, how do I translate this? She tells me, like, oh, she's like, oh, I really like the Italian guys, you know, like I like like I'm really falling for the Italian type of guys, you know. So I guess I look the part, like that, like an Italian or something or whatever. And she tells me that, like, dude, like, what a dumbass, what a dumbass. She tells me that, dude. Do you know what I said? Can you guess? Try guessing what I like. She said, like, oh, you know, like I have like I have a spot for Italian guys, something like that. She said that, like, you know, oh, I have a weak spot for Italian guys. Basically, what she said, you know, like, and I was like, well, I don't. Like, I don't give a fuck about Italian guys. Like, I don't like I'm not attracted to them, dude. Dude, she literally gave me the look, turn around, never saw her again. Like, she walked away and talked to somebody else. Like, I swear to God. And I was like, oh shit, that was my chance. Fuck. Like, no. She got married a few years later. I guess she wanted some action before she gets into the married waters. Dude, I could have had the sex of my fucking life that night if I wasn't just such an idiot. I'm telling you, man. That's how you get 15 years without sex. Being a dumbass as well. She had great. He had great fucking. I see. She had great tits, I must say. Really, like, respect. Like, and they were natural, all natural, beautiful. Like, she was a little bit chubby. Just, just she had a little bit more, a couple more pounds, you know. But that was good. Like, she still looked good. So I had my fucking chance, man. I had my fucking chance. But but when I look back, I it's all for it's a I was living at my parents' place, dude, like back in those days. What am I supposed to do? Bring her back to my parents' place? That, you know how big that apartment was? It was one room. Should I bring a chick to a one-room apartment where my mother and father are sleeping? How? How? I can't. So, well, I did have like a little, like just like a little prison cell within that one room that was separately made. Like, it was literally like a prison cell, even smaller. And I spent like 15 years in that cell growing up. There's literally enough place inside for a bed and for you to walk up to that bed and shit. Like, that was it. That was the whole fucking space that little cabinet had within that one room. And it was made just so I could be sleeping in there while they sleep in the the rest of the room, the living room, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the one room. The living room was also the bedroom for my parents. At night, they would pull out the couch and make their bed and sleep there, you know. And I would sleep in the little cabinet. What was I supposed? And that cabinet, like you can hear farts from, you know, the wall was that fucking thin. What the fuck am I supposed to, like, bring her home? Fuck her? Yeah, right. Also, I was broke as fuck. What am I supposed to do? Buy a hotel? Shit, I had to fucking go borrow money. My sister would have probably borrowed me, but fuck, man. However you look at it, it was just not meant to be. You know? Or, dude, I remembered, like, I'm so stupid. I remember, like, I bought myself a grinder. I still have this grinder. Here he is. I'm holding him in my hands. It's like a square grinder. It's a wooden square grinder. When you open it, inside is a ring. You know, it's like round inside. You know, but on the outside, it looks like it's like square. So, and whenever, and it was like that grinder was cool to me. I have this grinder for like 17 years now, man. This grinder is gonna be like, you need to get a job, grinder. Get the fuck out of my apartment, motherfucker. You grown up. Like, go find yourself a girlfriend or something. You're almost 18 years of age. Like, and I bought him, and I went to this guy that was selling me weed. It was like a brother from my ex-colleague, you know. So, and I go to that little brother of his, and there was some chick over there. Like, I guess she came as well to his place to buy some weed as well. Oh shit. Oh, and even that on you, that's like a roadrunner type of thing right there. Wiley Kite, super. Yeah, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. Yeah, man. So I go there, I buy weed, and I play and I do a prank on them, you know, on both of them. And I take out my grinder, and I'm like, oh, I bought a ring for my girl. I didn't have a girl. I lied, you know, but they didn't know. So I whip it out, and I'm like, here, I bought a ring. I'm about to propose my girlfriend. Like, you know, like, check it out. You know, see if it's good. You know, and they take the grinder, and they're like, oh yeah, oof. And they open it. You know, they open and they see it's not a fucking ring case. It's a grinder. And I start laughing, ha ha ha, I got you, blah blah blah. And they're like, oh shit, you really got us. You know, we really thought it was a ring. Like, I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's why I did it, because you know it definitely looks like a fucking, you know, the ring box, you know, little square ring box that you open. There's a ring inside. Like, that's why I also bought it, because it had that little effect when you see it. You don't associate it with weed immediately, you know. Like, it was also a little bit for camouflage, I guess. If police caught me, I guess, you know, if I super got lucky when they didn't want to search it thoroughly, I could have, you know, played that card like, yeah, that's a ring for my girl. Please don't open it. You know, you can always try. You know, you can always try. Definitely better than having a transparent fucking grinder where you can see like weed rests inside. You don't even have to open it. At least this gives me a fucking chance. If they don't open it, I get away. You know. So yeah. So I play a prank on them. Ha ha ha! All good. Like, you know, they took it well. They understood the joke. They took it real well. So, and I say goodbye. Like, yeah, I'm a leave. And that girl is like, hey, where you going? Like, which way you going? I can, you know, I'm with the car. Like, because I was gonna take the subway, and she had a car. I'm like, cool. Like, yeah, you like, you just drop me off, like, you know, some nearest subway somewhere. She's like, yeah, 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 no problem. And so she starts driving, and we like talking while she's driving this and that. That's it's cool, you know. You know, it's not like awkward or anything. It's like, everything look natural. We laugh, we this that. Where do you know him? Oh, I work with his brother. Ah, cool. Blah blah blah. This and that. And she parks, and she's like, oh yeah, I live here. Like that's my apartment. Like come, come up. Come up. We'll smoke a joint. Smoke one. Much. And I'm thinking like, sure. Like
Death
sure.
in the
Why the fuck
long
not?
road.
That's cool. Because I don't have anywhere to
However,
smoke anyway. Yeah, yeah. But she
all
did real
stories
like
must come
smooth,
to an
real
end.
smooth. Like I didn't even notice. Because I was thinking she just wants to smoke or something. And she has an apartment. I thought that was super because I didn't have an apartment. I had to go smoke under a bridge or something like a fucking homeless. So I was definitely willing to go smoke inside a fucking room like a normal person would, like not hide like I was doing up until that point most of the time. So I accept it because I'm kind of dying just to be smoking a joint inside a room because it was also rainy outside and shit. Like of course I want to be inside. So we go into her apartment and I start rolling the weed or whatever. And she sits next to me or whatever, and she's kind of getting nervous and shit because I'm all about the weed, like I'm all about the rolling. I'm not fucking paying attention to anything else. And all of a sudden, she takes the fucking remote control of the TV and turns the TV on. Like, I'm like, ah, cool, like TV, yeah, why the fuck not? Like, what's on? Like, and whatever. And she's like, and she's flipping channels, and there's this one channel where there's like after a certain hour, like it almost becomes like a like sex program, like sexy program, erotic program, where chicks are like almost nude, like braless and shit like that, like some stupid night quiz show where people call in, spend their money. It's all bait basically. Whatever. It's like and before I know it, I lift my fucking head and I look at the TV and I see that she left that fucking channel on. Like, out of all the fucking channel, she had cable TV. Out of all the fucking channel, she leaves that channel. Like, she, drops the remote control and leaves that channel. And I'm looking like, I see, like, did she just leave? Like, she's like showing me titties and shit, like, on TV. Like, like, I thought women were, that would be the last thing that they would show me. Like, I don't know. Like my mother would have fucking, exercised me if I try to watch that in front of her, for example. Like, and this chick is like, like out of all the channels, she puts that on. And that's when it hit me, like, oh shit, this. Actually, no. It hit me afterwards that she wanted to get it on, maybe. Like, well, dude, I smoked my joint. Yeah, I smoked my joint and shit. We finished the joint and the weed was kind of shit. So I was like, fuck this. I'm out. I'm going home. Screw you guys. I'm going home. So I left, I left her hanging, dude. Like, fucking hell. I just left. Could have totally fucked her there. Like, all I had to do was just be like, all right, after this joint, anything, like wink wink, anything would have done it, anything would have sealed the deal. You know what I mean? But I did the only thing that will completely destroy the deal was awkward a little bit and stood up and thanked her for the hospitality, whatever, blah blah blah, and left. She was like speechless. She was speechless, man. Like, she's like, what the fuck? Like, I almost spread my legs here for you, and you were like, you know what I mean? It's rejection. Nobody likes rejection, man. And I'm serving it to everybody. I also, dude. But I'm also a little bit of an asshole. I know that a lot of people get rejected, so I was also a little bit on a mission to give it to other people as well, especially to the people that don't expect to be rejected. Women don't expect to be rejected, man. Right? They don't. Like they think that you're just waiting for the opportunity just to grab it. Like I'm a little bit different. Like I'm like, where the fuck were you up until now? Like I don't need you. Like Like, you weren't here yesterday. I don't need you today. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, that's how I do it. Like, where were you when I was super horny? Well, I'm not horny now. Maybe you are. You can go fuck off. You know what I mean? Type of thing. Just because you're horny doesn't mean I am. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Giving them the same business that they're probably giving a lot of men, you know? Men that come up to them and want to fuck them and they're like, I'm not in the mood. Yeah. You know what I mean? I basically gave them the same shit they were probably maybe giving it to somebody else. I'm guessing. So I was a little bit on a mission to you know how the women are crying about equality. There you go. I'm just bringing equality to this world. You know, friend zoning, everything. They're like, and they don't like it. Oh, they don't like it. Well, how do you think us guys feel? You know, when we get like shit like that. But I should be quiet because. You know, I never really walk up to chicks and try to. Maybe I should. I need to start getting rejected. I need to start enjoying that. Like, I need to at least flirt with chicks. I need to do something, dude. I need to start like you know how America and Russia had the Cold War and shit. You know. But they were still communicating the whole fucking time. Even if you're in the fucking Cold War, you still have to have a phone line with them and communicate. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter how much of a Cold War this is between me and them. I still need to a little bit flirt with them. You know, whatever. Fuck, man. Life, a show must go on. And after all, we are like, I have a dick, and this dick wants to fucking get wet, you know. So it's beyond me, beyond my power.
How about a nice cup of liver tea?
My dick has had enough of this skin. He wants other, preferably women. Like. I don't want to dance, motherfucker. Yeah. I don't know, man. I have red shoes, man. I bought myself red Nike basketball shoes like 3-4 years now, 5-6 years ago. And then I bought a different red shoes. It was the Jordans 11s, but it was like Jordan 11s, the comfort version or something like that. And they're red and they have that like that plastic look, you know, those was it the Space Jam? No, that wasn't the Space Jam. That was before Space Jam, was it? I don't know. No, the Space Jam shoes, the ones that he wore in Space Jam. You know how that has that shiny black thing on them. Like, well, like all my shoes, like the whole shoes are red and they're shiny like that. I don't know why I bought it. It looks ridiculous, and I'm 43, and there's no way. Like, I can wear it. I will wear it, but I will. Fuck, man. Like, I should be 10 years younger for this, probably. Never mind. So, and I bought them just because they were super cheap. Like, normally the Jordans are like $150 or whatever. The fuck, ridiculous. These were like 60, 65. I guess because the color is so ridiculous, they weren't selling, you know. But I was like, fuck it, you know, fuck it. They're still Jordans. They're still gonna be comfortable on the foot. They're gonna look like shit. You know, I'm gonna look like an idiot, like a clown wearing them. But fuck it, man. They're cheap, you know. You know, fuck it. Fuck it. I bought them, you know, even though I'm not a fan of red color. Actually, I hate the red fucking color. But it was that cheap that I bought it, you know. It was that cheap. So, and then I look at my shoes and I'm like, oh, fucking hell, I have 2 pairs of red shoes. How the fuck did it come to this? Like, you know? And then I remembered, well, fuck it. They were both like $60, super cheap. I guess, you know, it was like a good deal. So I'm fine with it. So I know why I did it, you know. And I tell my dad recently, I told him something like about along those lines. Like, yeah, he came to me. He was like, son, do you have any pair of shoes to give me? like the ones that you bought me, like the plastic is all torn and it's like rubbing against the back of the heel, and shit like that. The fabric and the plastic is whatever. So I'm like, yeah, no problem. And I had these Pumas that were serving me pretty good. And I'm like, yeah, you can take these. Like they're a little bit smaller on my foot. They should match you pretty well because he has like a one size less than me. And he tried them on. He's like, yeah. I'm like, do they fit? He's like, they fit perfectly. I'm like, they're yours. And I asked him like that, like I can give you my shoes. These are used shoes. I've been using them for like a year or two. He's like, no, 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 they're fine. They're fine. Like they're good. Like he's completely fine with them. He doesn't like that. I'll buy you new ones. You can have these. Meantime, wear them, whatever. You keep them, but I'm gonna buy you another pair, new ones. He's like, no, no, no. But my dad's like 80 years old. He really doesn't have much time left. So he's trying to tell me like, no, no, save your money. I don't need more clothing. I have plenty of clothing. I have plenty of this, that. I just need this pair of shoes, whatever. I'm like, okay, Dad. And I don't know. I went on the internet. He was sitting here, and I was looking at these Nike deals, Reebok deals, Puma deals, summer deals, whatever. And I think I saw some pair of shoes, and they were red, and they were cheap. I'm like, and I told him like, Dad, look at these. Like they're a little bit red. I mean, no, I know you're 80 years old, but fuck it, man. Like, fuck it. What do you like? What do you have to care about? Like, like you could kill a person, you shouldn't care because what are you gonna do? What are they gonna do to you? You're 80 years old. They're gonna put you in jail for life. You only got a few years left. For fuck's sake, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, literally, you're the most dangerous man on earth right now with your age. Like, you can wear clown shoes if you wanted to. What the fuck do you like? Why would you give a fuck what others think? And I tell him like, Dad, like look at these shoes. I mean, they're red, but they're cheap. I bet they're comfortable. Blah blah blah. And he looks at me. He's like, why would I need red shoes? I'm not gay. And I'm like, red shoes is gay. I'm like, Dad, I got 2 pairs of fucking red shoes. What are you saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? That he's like, no. It kind of got awkward a little bit. Fucking red shoes make me gay now, man. Yeah, that's how my father thinks. He's way too old school. Come on, he was born in the 1940s, man. 1940s. My dad was born in the middle of the World War II. Like his mother that passed away, like brought him to Earth in a refugee camp type of shit where all the women were stationed. Yeah, man, it's great. He, to him, red is not a color that a man wears, I guess. Oh, Dad, how times have changed. Maybe. Well, he's a Taurus. He's a Taurus in the what's it called, the star signs and shit. Like basically a bull, and bulls when they see red. And I know my dad hates the red color. He's not a really big fan of red color, so maybe that plays a role. And also, the country that he used to live in was a communist country, and the communist color is red. Maybe he has maybe he's allergic to that color. Maybe I should have understood it. Maybe that's what he means, gay. Those fuckers are gay. The red motherfuckers. Whatever. But yeah, my dad, whenever he would buy a red car, like he had a few, I think he had like 2 red cars in his life, and every one of them he crashed. And he always tried to buy a white car, never red. And he told me when I was a kid, he told me yeah, I don't know what it is with the red cars. Like I always crash red cars. Like that color like doesn't bode well with him. Like when he's driving. Like I guess he feels way too gay in that car or something. I don't know. Like it's bothering him. Like and then he cannot concentrate or whatever. And yeah, man. I remember he went to church. He and my mom went to church. That was during the war. Or was it after? Shortly after? Either during or very very freshly after. Basically, still everybody's still in the same movie because it took a couple of years for people to finally transition from uniform life to in civilian life again, like completely. In the head especially, you have to like completely adjust to normal life again, which is not easy, not easy. Yeah, so and I stayed at home, and I remember I witnessed it. Actually, I heard it. I was in my living room, and my dad, like, the way you park in our yard, you have to like cut a lane. You have to cut a lane to drive into our yard, basically. And my dad, like, he had the, what's it called, the thing that you give the signal, the signal that you're turning, the turning signal. So he gave the turning signal. Like, there's this what's it called, like crossroad, whatever the fuck. He has to turn left, and our house is maybe like 100 yards after that turn. So he turns again left, so it's a left and a left again. So my dad put the fucking signal on, like he's gonna turn left. So he turned left, but he kept the signal because he was, like not too far off. He will turn left again. You know what I mean? Or maybe he turned it off for like a second or two and turned it back on to let the motherfuckers behind him know that he's gonna turn again, in front of a yard, more unexpectedly, because, and these motherfuckers that were behind him, they were like in a small van or some shit like that. As he gave the signal to turn left in our yard, and he started to turn, into our yard, they tried to overtake him at that point, on that side where he's trying to fucking turn to. So they basically they hit the gas and tried to overtake, and boom, they hit the fucking doors, like right in his, like right in the driver doors, that side of his, like boom, and that's literally like right in front of my fucking house. Like I walk up to the window and I see everything, and the worst thing was that as that van hit him, it catapulted him into our house, and he hit the fucking fence. He broke the fence. He broke the gate. Everything. Almost fucking crashed into the house. Like, if it wasn't for the fence, the concrete fence, it was a mess, dude. It was a fucking mess. And I'm watching TV. I hear the car. I know it's my dad because I can tell from the sound of the vehicle, that it's my dad's car, And then I hear boom. I'm like, what the fuck? And my dad walks out. I see he has a bloody hand and shit. Like, I guess the glass that shattered off the doors kind of cut his hand and shit. And my mom is like on the passenger side because they hit the driver's side, my dad. But he was fine, like the car took all the damage and he was fine. Like, just the bloody hand, well, cut and shit. My dad gets cut easily anyway. Everything he does, he gets cut. So it wasn't like really a surprise after a crash, at least to have a bloody hand. That's my dad, literally, man. If he drinks milk, he might get cut. He just, I don't know. It's like, he's really like, I don't know. That's my mom always says, like, this is what my mom tells me whenever I cut myself. You're just like your dad. Like, so, and these two motherfuckers come out of the aggressively, these motherfuckers, so some young motherfuckers, and they come aggressively and they start like screaming at my dad, like as if he fucked up, And my dad just came from church, like a religious man. He turns the other cheek, that type of person. Like, and these motherfuckers, getting in his face and screaming and shouting, like, you didn't turn your signal on, blah, blah, blah. This, he said, yeah, I did turn my signal. You didn't see it? Like, I live here. I turn here and then I turn again. Like, you know what I mean? Right after the turn, I have to turn again to get in front of my yard, house, garage. Like, I have to turn here. I gave the signal. You thought I forgot to turn it off, Like, They probably thought, oh, he forgot to turn the signal off. We're just gonna fucking, he's driving slow because he was slowing down to turn, and that fucking pissed them off, and they tried to overtake him, because he was slowing down to take a turn. And that was the only time that I kind of respected my brother, because my older brother, the fucking devil of the house, was sleeping upstairs, and he heard that too. That woke him up as well. And when he saw that those two guys were like, like kind of like being dickheads to my dad, he ran out. Like he ran out and fucking attacked them. Like he was like what the fuck you want? Like like they were like nah, 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 to my dad. And when my brother came out, he was giving them. They're like, what the fuck are you? Nah, 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 nah. Like you like. He gave him the business, really. I was listening to the whole thing. He's like, you're attacking this man, like, like, don't you have any decency, you fucks? Like, so, like, whatever, he gave him the business, really. I was like, oh, yeah, man, give him. Like those fuckers quickly fucking, lowered their heads and shit, because, that was, like, the wartime. Like, you don't mess with people like that. My brother was crazy enough. He was like, if they would have said that one thing if those fuckers would have said one thing wrong to him, I swear to you, he would have walked back into the house, grabbed his AK-47, put a mag in, and he would have walked out. I can fucking promise you. I can promise you that would have happened. And those fuckers knew that was coming if they said something. So that's when they lowered their heads, said, yes, sir, sorry, sir, whatever, and got the fuck, immediately changed. They went from being the aggressors to, yes, we fucked up, sorry, yeah, you see, motherfuckers, dude. Like, and it was a red car. It was a fucking red car that my dad crashed that day. And I was like, really? Yeah, I'm like, damn, this really has something. He really has like real bad luck with these red cars, man. And that car, the doors were completely smashed, but the rest of the chassis was pretty good. Like they literally just smashed the doors. It was like a small van, so when they hit the doors, literally just the doors were fucked. Kind of like those toy cars where you can like flip the doors. Matchbox, whatever. Once like you can make them crashed or new, whatever. And those doors were taken down. They completely took off the doors, and my brother was driving that car doorless for like years, years. Like he had no doors, like no driver doors, man, for like a year or so. Like it was so funny. Yeah, he went everywhere without the door. Like. Dude, those were crazy times. I'm telling you, man. You cannot even attempt to do that shit now. Like in a system that tries to functioning somewhat. Like the police would fucking pull you over and be like, "That's unsafe, motherfucker." Like, write you a ticket and shit. But in those days, it was like a wild, wild west, man. Like you could do whatever the fuck you wanted. Like drive without doors. Fucking hell, who's gonna stop me? Like, who's gonna stop me? Nobody. So. Yeah, it was weird. Like, it was funny. It was funny having that car without the doors for a long time, and then it was sold. I can show you what car it was. Maybe I can find a picture. Let me see. Red Opel. Was it Cadet? Manta? I think it was like a Manta type of car. Ah, man, it's so hard to say. No, it was Cadet. It was a Cadet. Cadet. Let me see. It was something. It was something like this. Let me see if I can fucking find. It wasn't really that old of a model, and it's so hard to find that one specific model. I guess he was old. I guess he was fucking old. I guess that's a fucking old timer nowadays. Like a real fucking old timer, man. Fucking hell, how do I fuck? Where do I find one? Well, something like